Alrighty, y'all. So I'm just gonna re-record this video because in the last one I was a bit too quiet. So I am gonna just re-record this video to break down my free-to-play journey of the week. Right? Unfortunately, the last video did have summons and stuff like that, so I do apologize. I'm gonna show you guys the characters I got, and I'm just gonna re-explain my goal of what I'm doing this week as a free-to-play on my free-to-play account. So the first things, I did start completely fresh. I started completely fresh from the jump. Right? I didn't use the starter account only because a lot of you guys were not upset about me using the starter account, which, you know, I was okay with. A lot of you guys actually, I did multiple polls. I asked you guys multiple times, and more people said it would be fine to use the starter account than more people said not to. But I just thought it's not gonna hurt to start from the complete fresh, right? Anybody else who starts the game is most likely gonna start completely fresh with no of these extra characters, no past rewards or anything like that. So let me go ahead and do the same thing. It didn't really bother me if I used the starter account or not, hence why I asked you guys multiple times, right? I even said in my videos, hey, it is what it is. If you guys don't want me to use it, I have no problem, because I spent like a few bucks, $2-3 on those accounts. It's nothing too crazy, right? So hey, it is what it is. But basically, what I'm trying to get at is what I'm going to be doing for the first week of my free-to-play account is aiming for the characters that I know I'm going to need for most of the game, right? Characters that I know have longevity, characters that I know are used in majority of the content, right? The difference between me and someone who's starting the game tomorrow is that I have a lot of knowledge on what characters are meta and in what content, because obviously I've been playing for since the beginning of the game. I've been playing through every single update. I've been playing through every single meta change. I've been playing through all of that, so I know exactly what characters are good today compared to someone who has no idea about Nikke. And sure, you could go to a website and look at a tier list to tell you who the best characters in the game are, but those new players still don't have a clue on how to team build, how synergy works, or anything like that. And I am going to do my best as a free-to-play, or at least on my free-to-play journey, to kind of guide the new players into understanding what like all these little things mean. But for now, this week I am just working on getting my ordinary recruit vouchers and then summoning to build the team that I know I'm going to be using. So in my summons, I ended up getting rupee for my guaranteed SSR, my like starter SSR, and then in my summons I ended up getting everyone from Phantom to Exia, right? These are all characters that I know are not going to be on any of my team. Maybe Anchor if I get the maid masked as well. But other than that, none of these characters are going to be on my teams longevity wise. Like, none of these characters are going to be on my main teams, my teams that I'm using for story, Lost Sector, Tribe Tower. None of these characters are going to be on those teams. So the most I'm going to do for them as of right now is just level up their actual character level and then try to get as far as I possibly can with them until I do have my characters. I don't want to use skill materials on characters that I know I'm not going to be using. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense because I have, for example, the only SSR burst 1 I have is Exia and Milk. Both of these two characters I'm not going to be using ever, so I don't want to use my skill materials on them for me to just get Little Mermaid when she comes out and then just use Little Mermaid the entire time, and then I just wasted materials on Exia and Milk. Do you get my point? So rather than using my materials on these characters and leveling their skills up, I will just level up the character, and then when Little Mermaid does come out and I do get her, I'm just going to swap out Little Mermaid for one of those two characters, and if I need to, you know, reset their skill level, I will do that. But after that, then I will invest into my Little Mermaid, because she is a character that I will use from the beginning to the end of the game, right? And I'm not trying to say if you're a new player or a free to play, that's what you should be doing. But I do know that from one of the mistakes I can say from my main account that I did make is that I invested into almost all the characters that I pulled for, and then 90% of the characters that I ended up pulling for and investing into, I did not use, and it just was a waste. It was a waste of materials to me, right? That's why every time we get these skill uninstallers that reset your skills and give you back your rewards or your resources, I'm always excited. If you've noticed, right? I have characters like Clay. I have Clay built, right? At the same time, I am a YouTuber, and it's useful to have these characters at least 555, just if they like end up working with a new character that comes out in the future, sure. But at the same time, a lot of these characters I do not use, and their materials have been wasted on them when I could be using them on my main characters who are still not 10 You get what I'm getting at? So I think that's what I'm going to be doing this time around. I do want to talk about my wish list as well, right? So for my wish list, this is what I ended up going for, because I own Rupee, I own Bay, I own Phantom and Anchor. I put them there just so that if I do end up getting a dupe of them, at least I'm building the the 160 wall already. And then the characters that say not owned are the characters that I do want to have for my teams and stuff like that. These are characters that I know are, when I get them, I am going to use them for a long time, right? Not just because I have them now and I don't have anybody else. These are characters that I will use for a long time, right? Especially now with the additions of the Overspec and Pilgrim wish list, this is going to be a lot better for me. So I'm aiming to unlocking these characters this week. We'll see if we are able to do that. If not, it's fine, but I am aiming to unlock these characters this week and try to build my main team throughout these characters and Little Mermaid and Mihara when we find out what the hell Mihara does. So there's that. I also do want to say I used 900 gems on this shop, on the event shop, because I found it worth, right? 900 gems is equivalent to 3 singles. I ended up using 3 singles to get these ingredients, and then getting the rewards to get 2 multis and then all the skill manuals, which is going to help my characters get stronger through their skills, right? The thing is, you can use Marciana, like the level 200 characters, you can use them permanently and unlimitedly throughout these events. So it was worth it in my opinion, right? Because not only did I get all the rewards from the actual shop and stuff, not all the rewards from the shop, but the important rewards from the shop and all of them, I ended up also getting more rewards from the stages itself, like 106 cases, 16 data cases, 10 credit cases and stuff like that. I could have organized that better. I did not think about it at all. I could have easily organized that better because I don't need that much core early on, but at the same time it doesn't hurt to have that many core early on. So yeah, so yeah, basically that's what I'm aiming for, right? I'm just gonna slowly progress and try my best to unlock as many characters as I can from my wish list. This is a wish list that I do not plan on changing. I just don't plan on changing my wish list at all. So I'm trying my best to unlock these characters. Once I get these characters, I'm going to focus on building my main team that I know I'm going to use for majority of the content. Again, that being story, tribe tower, lost sector, simulation room, etc., right? Even interception, right? Before I get to anomaly interception, because anything before then you can use any team. So that's a lot of content that one's team, which is my main team, is going to basically be running. Hence why I want to build those characters specifically versus building up random characters that I own. So there is that. Is there anything else that I did so far that I need to mention? No, other than what I've talked about, that's all it was. Follow my day by day event, I guess. That's what I'm going to be doing as well, as everybody else should if you're free to play. But yeah, I guess that I'll keep you guys updated on what I'm doing every week or whatever, every few days. For the anniversary sake, probably every few days, but in general it would be every week. But yeah, now I'll see you guys with my free to play account sometime in the future when I have an update of what I've been working on and stuff like that. So for now, it's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.